What's up, YouTube family? Lou here with another Guy Like Collectibles video. And today I want to do a VR for my man John at 3D 80s Kid. He was talking about your first video, and he spoke about what the goals were, what I was looking to get out of it, and how things have changed since then. So the funny thing is that when I originally started my channel, which was late because I started maybe about a year and a half ago, and the original concept, because the whole Guy Like Collectibles was a store. Guy Like Collectibles is my eBay store. And I was a seller, and I still am, but I used to go to toy shows and comic shows and stuff like that to sell. And I sold anything from comics to, action figures, statues, toys, whatever. And I used to go with my cousin, and him and I used to always go to different places, you know. And matter of fact, my cousin is the one who gave me the Wilt Chamberlain auto that I showed the other day. But him and I used to travel to different spots, and even before I did that with him, I used to go. And my channel was originally supposed to be about, the concept was to be able to show comics, cards, show action figures, stuff that maybe I had for sale on eBay, and kind of like show it on YouTube and kind of build a core audience on based off of what my store offered. But because I tend to be not only a seller, but I'm also a collector, there comes a time where there's things when you buy certain things that you want to buy to flip, you end up keeping. And so that's the bad part about being a collector and a seller at the same time, because you're going to find stuff you don't want to sell and you want to keep. But looking back at my first video, I did speak on what I was planning, which was to show my collection of comics, show my collection of cards, show my collection of action figures. And also, my first video, I spoke about pop count, like PSA and the PSA registry, only because I had found a card that I decided I wanted to sell. And it was a Tony Gwynn from back in, it's from the 80s. It was a set that was with by Star, and it was a set that included him, Tony Gwynn, and Wade Boggs, and it was called Hits R Us. So when I looked up the population count on this card that I had bought, I bought it in a bargain bin for like $3. And I was like, there was just like bargain slabs at this local card shop in PA. And they wanted $3 for these cards that were in the bargain bin. So I grabbed it. I said, man, it's Tony Gwynn, Hall of Famer, you know, great hitter, this and the other. I took it. Kind of find out there was only a pop count of 6 on it and a pop count of, I think, 4 in the grade that I had it. So when I started looking at comps, which were hard to find because there's only 6 of them in existence, PSA, I found one that sold for $300 and something, but it was a 10, PSA 10. And I'm like, man, if this sold for $300, well, how much would this sell? I just bought it for $3, right? But I ended up selling the card, I think, for like $15 or something like that, plus shipping later on. But I was talking about pop count and PSA registry. So, you know, my goals back then, like I said, was to share what I collected. And not only cards, but comics and action figures, which I still want to do because I kind of had a good time doing the video of my Hulk Hogan collection the other day. So I'll probably do the same thing for my comics and stuff like that and certain action figures that I have. But I lean more towards baseball because baseball has always been my passion. As far as like when I grew up as a kid, it was something that I played all the time. I played baseball in Little League until I was about 18 years old. I played teenage ball, got into, and I always played organized baseball. And then I started coaching baseball. And so it's always been like, my thing. So that's why I guess I lean towards more the baseball collection. Then what I was looking to get out of it, basically I was just looking to make sales for my store and bring more of an audience, clientele, and more eyeballs to Godlike Collectibles, the brand. But what I ended up getting out of it, from doing these videos, is a community that I've became friends with people from this community, people that I've made an acquaintance with, or friendships, building a friendship, like, going to these like shows, and now, the national, and meeting individuals that also collect, that have similar interests, and you share these experiences with new people. Getting a shout out in other people's channels was like never a thought. And to see people say, hey, check out Lou at Godlike Collectibles, I'm like, wow, like pretty cool, like, to get, a shout out like that from your peers, from people who are also collectors, but also content creators. And, in my content, and I'm not trying to sell myself short or anything like that, but I'm not an editing guy. I don't edit videos. I don't have a cool introduction. I don't have, music playing in the background and all this other stuff and all these special effects. I'm like a dinosaur. I'm old school. I hit record, and then once I'm done, I hit stop, and then I hit play. I watch it, and then I say, okay, it's cool. I didn't make too many mistakes. Let's put it on. But what I ended up getting out of it was friendships. You know what I mean? A lot of guys that I'm very cool with now, that I talk to on a regular basis, whether it's weekly or daily or whatever. Like guys like Hugo from Signs of the Pastime, and James Elite Hunters, and Lou from Lou Rock TV, Mike Hitman 23. So, just to name a couple people that I kind of stay in contact with on a regular. And then how things have changed since then. How things have changed. Well, my first video, I recorded it with my camera facing, this way. And, all you saw was like this much of the video on screen. So now I'm doing it the other way, sideways. So I guess that's part of the learning process, right? But yeah, I have that's one of the things that have changed. And I show a lot of cards, you know what I mean? Like, and experiences. I do that more than any other thing that I have. You know what I mean? I really don't show comics. I really don't show action figures, even though I plan on doing it, more often. But the majority of my channel is baseball cards. You know what I mean? But, I will, switch it up every once in a while. And then he mentioned about a channel that he may not be subscribed to. I'll be honest with you, I don't know, because he's subscribed to so many of them. John is subscribed to so many that I don't even know. But I picked this one because I'm subscribed to him, and he only has about 49 followers. So maybe this could be a good way to give him a shout out too, for maybe he could get some more likes and some more views and subscribers. Is a guy named Jeff, and it's baseball card stuff. Baseball card stuff. And he has 49 subscribers. I don't know if John is subscribed to him or maybe seen him, but He said to see if we could stump him. So that's a channel that I think maybe he's not subscribed to, only because there's so many little subscribers. But at the same time, hopefully this can help Jeff gain some subscribers to his channel. So check him out. He really doesn't show his face. He just shows what he's displaying at that time or what he picked up. And so check him out. And I think that was it. You know what I mean? I try to keep it under 10 minutes. We're at 10:30 now, but I think that would be it. So shout out to John. Congratulations on 2 years of being on YouTube. Thank you for what you do for the community. Love the channel. Love the For Collectors channel that you guys have with your guys. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. I appreciate you. And it was great meeting you at the National. So take care. God bless and be safe. Peace.